Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies, and in today's video, I am here to announce that I have cheated on Ninjago, and you guys have my sincerest apologies. Actually, just kidding. We're just going to be talking about some LEGO sets that are not Ninjago related, because I actually went ahead and bought from a different LEGO theme for the first time in a long time, that LEGO theme being LEGO Monkey Kid. And I totally just bought some Monkey Kid sets in order to get the Bionicle gift with purchase set, which we will be taking a look at in the video as well here today. And since this is a new experience for me, buying something that's not Ninjago for the first time in a long time, I figured I would document it and share my thoughts on some LEGO Monkey Kid sets, since this is my first time experiencing any sets belonging to that theme. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive on into it. And so here we have the sets that made me cheat on Ninjago. We have here the first one, the Bionicle Tahu and Takua gift with purchase set. We'll take a look at that one first. Then we'll take a look at May's Dragon Jet from LEGO Monkey Kid. And finally, to wrap up the video, we'll take a look at that big guy right up there, the super duper epic ultra Monkey King mech thing. Yeah, let's just start with the Bonkle. All right, now here we have the Bonkle, the free gift with purchase Tahu and Takua set. This is not going to be a professional review or anything like that, mainly because I lost Takua. I have no idea where I put him. But we have Tahu here. Tahu is the only one that I care about. And as you can see, this is a pretty cool brick-built Bionicle. I was a Bionicle fan way back in the day, especially for the reboot, the 2015 to 2016 reboot, which a lot of people didn't like, but I thought it was pretty cool. And this is, of course, a set that's been getting a lot of hate that I've seen because it's not actually made of Bonkle parts. It's made of bricks, those dreaded bricks. But I think it's cool. You got Tahu riding on his little surfboard thing. That's pretty cool. Makes for a nice little display. And like I said, we're not going to be diving too in depth regarding this set. I just want to talk about it quick. Let's take Tahu off the surfboard. And he, as you can see, he is very flexible. He's a very flexible boy. It uses the mixel joints, so that's cool. You got some knees and whatnot, no ankles, which some people might be upset about. I believe this is more posability than the official Bionicle sets, or at least the original ones, you know? It is what it is. And you might notice, those eagle-eyed viewers out there, you might notice that my Tahu here is missing some parts, because he is. That clip right there is supposed to be orange, but I did not get an orange one, so I had to replace it with a black one. That orange one, I did talk to LEGO customer service. They will be adding that to one of my orders soon, so that'll be fun. But yeah, posability is good. Waist articulation, so you can, you know, do that if you want. It's whatever. The face is a printed piece. That's good. Looks nice. Some people would have preferred a mask, but I don't think it's that necessary. This is a free gift with purchase after all, but still good nonetheless. And for a couple of quick size comparisons, I don't think I have any of the original Bionicles on standby. However, I do have some of the 2015 rebooted ones. In fact, here we have a very dusty 2015 Tahu, which I did modify a little bit to kind of match the original in terms of colors and whatnot. And as you can see, the Bionicle gift with purchase is rather short, but overall, I don't mind how small the guy is. It's totally fine. And just bringing in a closer representation to an original Bionicle, here we have Furno from Hero Factory, the original Furno, a little bit closer to an actual Bionicle, same type of parts or whatever. I know a lot of Bionicle fans hate Hero Factory, but here's a hot take for you. Hero Factory was better than Bionicle. What? I know, crazy. But there's Furno with Tahu, and that's pretty much it for the Tahu set. It's good. I like it. Next up, let's take a look at May's Dragon Jet. And like I said, this is not going to be like a professional review. I just want to quickly talk about the vehicle. We're not going to talk about anything else that's included in the set. None of the other minifigures, none of that. Sorry, not sorry. But here we have May's Dragon Jet. And it's pretty cool. I like how this thing looks overall. It has some wings that you can splay out if you want. A couple different sets of wings. That's all nifty and awesome. Kind of looks like a dragonfly to me, as opposed to an actual dragrin. But, you know, what do I know? I'm not like that. I'm not a biologist. I don't know what the difference is between dragons and dragonflies, but May sits in there. Windscreen just kind of, you know, covers her up best that it can. I wish there was like more of a canopy that went over it, but it's whatever. You also have some stickers in the front, a lot of stickers, and these can open too if you want to show off the cannon or whatever. I don't know. You can also detach this thing if you want, make a little flyer. That's all fine and dandy. I don't know. I'm not really going to be displaying this one for much longer, if I'm being honest. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Very, very transparent. The only reason why I bought this set was for the minifigure. Sometimes you got to do that, especially if you get a minifigure as cute as this. My goodness, that is adorable. Look how cute. I love this minifigure quite a bit, actually. May is one of my favorite characters from the Monkey Kid show, and my goodness, they capture her likeness really well in this minifigure. In fact, let me show you some of my other Monkey Kid minifigures that I've collected recently. We've already taken a look at May, best character that's ever existed in anything ever. Here's MK, the main boy himself. Just got these off of Bricklink. There's a nice fuzzy on the back of his head. I don't like that. You know what? There we go. I was going to say, there's still a little bit of it there, but it's whatever. He's a cool minifigure. I like him quite a bit. And then we have the boss ladies. We have the Spider Queen. She's cool in the show. I like her. Her minifigure as well is also rather nice. I like the cape. It looks pretty cool. Speaking of capes, I got Princess Iron Fan, who traditionally does not come with the cape, but I put the cape on her because I feel like that makes her look more complete. I don't think she has a cape in the show, but I just like this cape and how it looks on her. She's one of my favorite characters as well. She's got a great personality. That's why I like her. Yeah, she's cool. I like her quite a bit. And finally, we have the Lady Bone Demon. I remember liking her quite a bit, but it's been a minute since I've seen season 2. Still haven't seen season 3. I'm trying to rewatch it. Cut me some slack here, but I like her character as well, so had to get her. And that's my little Monkey Kid collection. I don't think I'm going to bother with any of the other minifigures. Maybe I'll get the Monkey King at some point in time here, but as of right now, that's what I got, and I'm pretty content with this selection right here. And finally, here we have the meat and potatoes of my recent Lego order. This thing, the Monkey King Ultra Mech, or is it the Ultra Warrior Mech? I don't really care too much. But this thing is pretty massive, just kind of panning down really quick. That is a pretty impressive mech. Unfortunately, it looks good, and that's about it. It does not feel good at all, and this thing is a pain to pose. It's kind of disappointing in that regard, if I'm being wholeheartedly honest here, and being 100% serious. It's a cool mech to look at. It looks cool. Unfortunately, the joints are way too loose, and it just comes across as being super unstable and very, very finicky, which I do not like in the slightest. Also, as you can see, sticker overload. There are stickers all over the place on this guy. I have no idea where I put my spent sticker sheet for this set, so I can't really show you that, but everything you see is basically a sticker, except for some prints. Some prints do exist on this build, but the majority of what you see here in terms of decals are stickers. But let's talk about articulation, because my goodness. So this thing does not have knees, nor would I want it to have knees. You guys know that I'm a big stickler for knees on mechs, but this one is kind of the exception because it's just way too big. They do give you sculpted in knees though, so they kind of give you the illusion. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. Thing is super difficult to pose and the joints are super loose. You know what? There are no knees. You guys will just have to take my word for it. But the hip joints are ridiculously loose. Look at this. Oh my gosh, that is just not great at all. Hip joints could have been a lot stronger. It makes standing the thing kind of a pain. Thank goodness it has friction pieces. It has friction pieces on the bottom of its feet. Not going to show you the bottom of the feet, but you're just going to have to take my word for it. And without those, this thing would just be a complete disaster. This thing probably wouldn't even be able to stand at all. Oh, I really don't like those hip joints, man. Those joints are my least favorite things about this set. And what sucks is that it can't even support the mech just in general. Let me see if I can try to show you what happens when you try to bend the thing over. I don't even know where I can grab it from. We'll try that. As soon as you bend it forward, the legs will go with it. That is not what I want to do. And you pull it back, and the legs fall into place too. Very, very loose leg joints. That is not very good. Do not like that at all. And when I was trying to pose it, some of the missiles came flying off. So you're going to have to forgive me here as I try to readjust the mech and try to get it to at least somewhat stand up. You know what? There. I did it. Perfect. And also we do have some vinyl details up here. Those are all fine and dandy. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to pose them, but those are posable if you want. They're vinyl pieces. Those are easy to manipulate and shape. It also has a light brick at the back of the head, which kind of makes the eyes light up a little bit. Here, let me turn off one of my lights quick. You can see that a little bit better. There we go. Yeah, that's as good as it's going to get there. Light brick doesn't work too well, but it's good enough. I do like the head. I think the head looks rather nice. Not a lot of articulation on the head. Can't really look up or down, but it can go side to side. Because why not? Also has some missile cannons here, some shoulder cannons, and those are attached to an entirely separate vehicle, which can detach from the back of this mech, but I really don't want to bother doing that. Like I said, this is not a professional in-depth review. Surely there are other videos on this website that exist that are trying to actually review the thing. I just want to give my general overview and general thoughts. The arms are nice. I don't mind the arms and their articulation. Elbows are there. See, the elbows use 2 ratchet joints. Not sure why they couldn't have used that type of action for the legs. Probably would have been a lot more beneficial, but I digress. Maybe I will modify that in the future. I have no idea. The hands are also quite nice. There is a giant staff that this guy comes with as well. No idea where I put the staff. The room's kind of a mess right now. But the hands are nice. You can articulate the hands if you want. That's pretty cool. I don't mind the hands too much. The arms are fine. The arms are totally fine, totally posable. All the joints work really well. The legs are the problem, which is terrible because the legs support the majority of the weight on this guy, and it just doesn't create for a good feeling mech. Like I said, the mech looks good when you're just looking at it. It doesn't feel good. It kind of sucks to pose and play around with or whatever. You can get a minifigure in the cockpit. That's cool. I don't know what version of Monkey Kid that is, but, you know, he sits in there, and that's pretty much it for the cockpit sticker on there. A lot of stickers on this set, you guys already know that. And overall, I'm not completely disappointed with this mech. Is it a good mech? I've had better Lego mechs, that's for sure, but I wouldn't go as far as to say that this is a bad mech. I just think its main problem is that it's way too big for its own good. And the one that I want to compare it to is Nia's Samurai X mech from Ninjago Crystallized, which I honestly think is one of Lego's best mechs ever, and probably is the best mech that they've ever made. Also, I feel like this is where the size maxes out, you know? That thing is big. It's about the same size as this, maybe a few inches shorter, but this thing is definitely beefier, bulkier, and has more parts, which makes it more heavy, which the joints can't really support that weight. And the hip joints on the Samurai X mech here are done a lot better. Same type of ratchet joint, just a different part, and obviously the Samurai X mech does not have that much weight to deal with. It also has knees, which the Monkey King mech does not, but like I said, I don't really mind the lack of knees on the Monkey King mech because that would just be complete chaos. This mech right here reminds me a lot of the Lego Optimus Prime, which I do have, but I don't really feel like bringing down just for the sake of comparing the two. But it does remind me a lot of that, where there's just way too much weight on the legs especially, and the joints have a hard time trying to keep things all together. I'd say that's a pretty good comparison. This thing feels like the Lego Optimus Prime. And really quick, for some other random size comparisons, let's bring in the Tahu. There you go. You can see how he looks next to the super duper epic Monkey King Uber Ultra mech. He looks pretty cool. And for another random comparison, just because I just got this guy and he's still sitting on the desk, here we have Planet X Koios. Totally not Fall of Cybertron Shockwave. And yeah, that's just for scale if you're one of the 20 people on the planet who actually has Planet X Koios. So to wrap things up here, I think that Lego Monkey Kid is a fine theme, all things considered. I really like the show. I've been trying to rewatch the show lately. The sets, though, I'm not super sold on. I don't feel like I wasted my money on the Monkey Kid sets, but I don't really think that I will be buying any more. Ninjago mechs I find to be a little bit more consistent, I'd say. But still, I really enjoyed building something that wasn't Ninjago for a change. It's been a while since I've done that, and I really hope you guys enjoyed listening to my thoughts on something that's not Ninjago for the first time in a long time. And hopefully you guys don't get too mad at me for cheating on Ninjago, even though you probably shouldn't in all seriousness. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's video, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very soon. Peace.